E aí rapaziada, beleza? Voltamos aqui com o segundo episódio de Alan Wake remasterizado. Estamos aqui com o nosso queridão Alanzoca, né? Na luz, que é o único lugar seguro. E vamos dar uma olhada aqui no nosso menu de pause. Vá até o posto de gasolina. Após encontrar páginas de um enigmático manuscrito que parece ser de sua autoria, o Wake é brutalmente atacado por homens estranhos e sombrios. Ele luta por sua vida enquanto vai em direção ao posto de gasolina. Então tem que ir no posto de gasolina. Talvez lá a gente consiga alguma ajuda, algo do tipo, beleza? Então antes de começar, se inscreva no canal se você não for inscrito. E deixe seu like, comente o que você achar do vídeo aí no final do vídeo. Vire membro, não tem por que você não virar membro do canal, só R$ 1,99 por mês. O mês inteiro só R$ 1,99. Vai comprar na Amazon, vai comprar na Shopee, link aqui ó, na descrição, beleza? Simbora nós. Então tá show, estamos aqui exatamente onde a gente parou no vídeo passado, né?
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep.
Céu tá cristalino, topa tu, né? Tá um nevoeiro desgraçado. Bom, vamos seguir? Eu acho que o posto fica lá embaixo, ó. Não, aqui é o... Ah não, ali ó, o posto tá logo ali. Temos duas baterias de lanterna e temos... 19
The gas station
balas,
is closer now. Its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no contest. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Liga, liga. Fodeu. Caralho. Toma. Tá ligado isso aqui? Antes que chegue mais um. Porra, é foda, hein? Porra, aí fodeu. Me trancou aqui ainda. Brincadeira, cara. Toma, vagabundo. Toma. E aí? Pra lá, né? Caralho. Porra! Caralho, por que não esquiva, cara? Ah, não é possível, mano. Ué. Ali. Lugarzinho seguro para recarregar as energias, né? Pilha, bateria. E outras cositas mais, né? Munição também. Ué, e agora? Pô, aqui eu me ouvi, né, cara? Por aqui, né? Não, o posto parece estar perto, mas tá longe pra caralho. Ah, não faz isso comigo, né?
I never touch salad, though. A man like me needs a hefty meal. That's for today.
Ah, essas vozinhas são assustadoras demais, velho. Caralho, que porradeiro, filho. Que isso, cara? Como é que é, mano? Caraca, o cara vieram mandado, hein? Beleza, abriu uma portinha. Primeiro estão recuperando energia, né? Caralho.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
Oi. Vem pro teu pai. Olha esta belezura aqui, filhote. Ilhas. Bom, aqui foi um lugarzinho que a gente abasteceu legal, né?
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment.
Porra, é
And
essa,
now,
cara?
a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire. And
Cara, tá falando sobre realidade paralela, né? Mas é muita doideira pra minha cabeça. Estamos vivendo uma doideira grande já, né? Desliguei, não sei se é bom sinal, se é mau sinal. Eu desliguei. Caraca, tá foda aqui, hein? Filho, pode vir pra cima, vem pra cima, cadê tu? Pode vir da machadinha. Caralho! Luz também do nada, hein? Que isso, cara? Pô, não dá, mano, não dá. Tem que fugir. Não dá pra enfrentar esses caras assim. Ah! Porra, para de vir não. Ah, fodeu. Foge. Para de vir, mano. Ah, vagabundo. Caralho. Bora, portãozinho. Ele desligou, filho da puta? Ah! Vem pra cima, Dudu, vem pra cima. Toma!
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights at the gas station alive.
Caraca, bizarro essa parte aqui, hein? Eu achei que não ia parar de vir cara não, velho.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Bom, no primeiro episódio vocês viram o que aconteceu lá com a nossa esposa, né? Uma coisa aqui no carro. Só que não dá pra saber se aquilo faz parte da realidade, se não faz. A gente tá só tentando sobreviver ao caos, né?
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Será mesmo, doidão? Bom, vidazinha recarregada. Aparentemente.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Opa, comenta aqui. Mais um manuscrito, vamos dar uma lida. Aqui, ó. Stuck possuído. Stuck cuspiu no chão da garagem e tentou tirar as teias de aranha de sua cabeça. As coisas andavam estranhas desde que o casal não aparecera para pegar a chave. Algo, uma sensação, chamou sua atenção. Stuck olhou para cima e observou fixamente enquanto seu cérebro tentava compreender o horror à sua frente. Ele tropeçou e derrubou uma lata de óleo. Uma poça escura se espalhou pelo chão enquanto ele lutava por alguns segundos. Por fim, cedia a escuridão impiedosa, o engolia. Parece que o próprio manuscrito vai constando a história.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight. I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help.
Tá bom, doidão, tô só dando uma conferida, né? Manda pra abrir. Bom, a gente acabou com a nossa munição de escopeta, né?
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Caralho, será que ele tá escrevendo isso? Isso aqui que a gente tá vivendo é só parada da cabeça dele? Porque a mulher levou aquela máquina de escrever pra ele, né?
Great Falls Sheriff Station.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen,
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on.
Bacana,
It'll
estamos
warm
há
you
3
up.
anos atrás, né, do ocorrido em Nova York.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Provavelmente eles estavam se mudando pra cá, né? Dá uma olhadinha aqui no... O Alan tá sem barba. Provavelmente escrevendo tranquilamente, né? Um escritor de renome. Pô, bacana o apartamento, hein? Texturizada a parede. Antes de falar com a nossa esposa ali. Opa. Vamos ler, vamos ler. Sudden Stop 1, The Sudden Stop 2, vamos lá. É verdade o que dizem sobre a queda e a parada súbita no final. Eu fiquei na neve enquanto eu relembrava a série de eventos sombrios que haviam me trazido para cá. Uma reprise do meu próprio filme sádico, uma lembrança do meu cadáver, sozinho no meu próprio velório, mais uma vez pensando em metáforas. A mulher fatal já havia ido embora, só permanecia o gosto amargo do beijo que me matara. Caralho. Vamos lá, The Sudden Stop 2. Foi uma despedida tardia. 13 anos após minha vingança, ela finalmente me alcançou. Eu aguentava a dor há muito tempo. Meu sangue manchou a neve e uma poça macabra que dissolvia. Os analgésicos espalhados, levando-os tranquilamente ao esgoto, misturando-se com a bile da cidade, fundindo-se com ela. Eu posso vê-los agora. Minha esposa, meu bebê, querida, eu cheguei. Caralho, fala... Provavelmente isso que fala de suicídio, né? Aqui tá, ó, a arte, né, sobre o livro dele. Esse livro dele devia estar em vento e polpa, né? Olha lá, Alan Wake Return to Sender. Exemplares do livro dele, né? Vamos lá falar com nossa esposa?
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Olha o modelinho de capa. Aqui é o barbichazinho ali, pá. Examine os modelos de capa. Como é que eu faço isso? Foco? Ah, é ali? Do outro lado? Ah, isso aqui que a gente tava vendo. Esse QR Code.
These look really good.
Oh,
Fiquei
sure,
curioso pra
till
onde
Barry
esse
gets
QR
his
Code
hands
leva,
on
hein?
them, which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan? Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Pô, desde aqui já tinha essas porra. Pensei que tava lá na...
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Então a gente tá falando aqui com o Coroa, que é tipo... um puta médico aqui, né? E ele veio ver a gente aqui na sala do xerife, na cadeia. Vamos falar com a Sarah. Sarah deve ser aquela delegada, né? Olha quem tá ali, cara. Vocês já repararam? Só dar uma olhadinha aqui. Mas vocês já viram quem tá ali, né? Aquela mesma japonesa do vídeo passado. Você vê some desaparecido. Característica... é o Stuck, será? Dono do posto? A velhinha do escuro.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
The town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Caralho. Então ela foi sequestrada, como é que é?
I need to get
Ah,
some
pode ser
air.
mulher
The
irritante
sheriff said I
demais.
could go out back. I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
He's one of
Isso
our
nos fundos, né?
regulars.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be
Opa,
bright
mal
in
escrito.
here.
Vamos ler? Presença obscura na lanchonete.
In spite of its human mask, to
Apesar de
describe
seu
the dark
disfarce
presence as
humano,
intelligent
descrever a presença
would imply
obscura como
human
um
quality
ser
from
inteligente
something
seria
decidedly
atribuir qualidades
inhuman.
humanas a algo que claramente não é.
Nonetheless, it
No
found
entanto,
the
ela
one spot in
encontrou
the
o
diner
único
that
lugar
was
escuro
dark
que
enough.
havia na lanchonete.
Some
Um
lights
pouco de
spilled
luz
into
se
the
espalhava
corridor,
pelo corredor,
ravaging it. But it took
assolando-a.
the pain. Horrible as
Mas
it
ela
was,
aguentava a
the
dor,
writer
por
would
mais
soon
terrível
fix
que
that.
fosse.
He
O
would be
escritor
coming
logo
to the
daria um
one
jeito
place
nisso.
where it still
Ele
had
iria ao
power.
único lugar onde ela ainda tinha poder. Foi aquela mulher que a gente encontrou lá, né?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Cerca à esquerda. Então aqui, né? O médico tá ali. Não tem nada pra pegar aqui na ambulância. Acho que só pular, né?
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Fim de café no radinho.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their
Teve alguma confusão, né? Outro manuscrito. Vamos ler. Wake em Love's Peak.
The kidnapper fired his gun one
O sequestrador
last time,
disparou sua
and the
arma
shadow
uma
vanished
última
into
vez
the
e a
darkness
sombra
it
desapareceu
had
na
come
escuridão
from.
de onde havia saído.
Nothing to it,
Viu?
Wake.
Não é nada
The thought
demais,
of Alice in
Wake.
his hands
A
was
ideia
tempting.
de Alice em
We
suas
stood on
mãos
the
era
wooden
revoltante.
platform of Lover's
Estávamos
Peak,
na
the
plataforma de
waterfall on the
madeira
mountain
em
behind
Lover's
us,
Peak.
the lights of the radio
A
mast
cachoeira e a
blinking red in the
montanha
horizon.
atrás
I
de
fought
nós.
with the urge to
As
take a
luzes
snap,
vermelhas da antena
force
de
myself
rádio
to
piscavam
speak.
de longe. Eu
Let's cut the
resisti à
act now.
vontade de
Where's
esmurrá-lo
my wife?
e me forcei a falar. Pode parar de fingir agora. Cadê a minha esposa? Agora parece que a gente tá contando coisas lá da frente, né? Coisas que ainda vão acontecer.
Alice's driver's
Parece um
license
encontro
had
da
been
gente com o
placed on the
sequestrador.
front seat. The caller meant business.
Bom, então tá tudo muito confuso, né? Porque não dá pra saber se realmente ela... Nosso pesadelo, ela se afogou. Agora tá parecendo que tem alguém que sequestrou ela. Examine o carro velho.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Vamos voltar lá? Sai da delegacia. Provavelmente esse Barry vai buscar a gente.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's
morreu?
life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Não dava pra acender a luz aqui mesmo.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh!
Hey!
Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Chalezinho, vamos dar só um confere aqui, ver se não tem nada. Trancado. Então esse aí é nosso advogado, né?
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
Não, guerreiro, eu não tô chapado. Bom, eu acho que eu não tô chapado. Tá acontecendo uns paranauê aí.
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Fale com o Rust. Vamos lá.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing is... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Não, realmente, uma pessoa chega pra você e fala que matou umas 15 cabeças na floresta e os caras desapareciam. A tua esposa some, tu fala que foi levado pela escuridão. Pô, esse maluco tá ficando maluco, cara. Internar ele.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast.
Caralho, tem que entrar na floresta aí que a merda começa, né?
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here. That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay, okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Porra, aí que é foda. Esse gordão vai ficar sozinho que vai morrer.
These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Caralho, eu tô preocupado com a comissão dele. Bom, então estamos hospedados aqui, a gente tem que ir lá nesse Lover's Peak, né? Ó, estão pegando pilha demais, estão pegando... Você já sabe, né? Quando é assim é porque na sequência vem merda. Acende a luz, pelo amor de Deus. Já tudo claro. Bom, vá Lover's Peak, vamos lá. Deixa eu ver o que a gente tem aqui. Puta que pariu, cadê a arma? Ah, ele tá com a arma? Caralho. Cara, para de falar um pouquinho, cara. Tá muito chato. Pô, pensei que o polícia ia pegar nossa arma, cara. Opa, manuscritinho. Vamos ler? Barry dúvida da sanidade de Wake. Mulher, né? Barry nunca havia se dado bem com a Alice, mas sabia que o Alan a amavam com uma intensidade quase assustadora. Agora algo havia acontecido com ela, e lá estava Al, com uma arma na mão, dizendo coisas pelas quais pessoas acabam sendo internadas em manicômio. Era como se o seu amigo tivesse sofrido um surto psicótico e se desconectado totalmente da realidade. Isso deixou o Barry apavorado. E 99% da população, né? Opa, ah não, pera aí.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice.
Ah, não. Eu pensei que a opção de continuar porque tinha uma outra página, né? Mas não.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Eu pensei que ia ser atacado pelos corvos. Eu tô esperando a vozinha maluca aí falar. Ó, ali tem uma luz. Filha da puta!
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very
Caralho, a cadeira me atacou?
just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seek to manage. No plan, really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Você viu o filho da puta passando ali?
But I'm gonna check out the bride, of course.
Puta que
And
pariu.
one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's the right kind of exercise. Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact.
Cara, eu vou descer e já vou ali pra luz já logo. Tem um pierzinho aqui também. Pô, sempre que tem balancinho, né? Ih, tá vindo, corre. Pô, apagou a luz, mano. Acende a luz. Mas que nem a luz acende, filho.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Pelo amor
Tonight's
de Deus.
episode,
O homem no espelho.
Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Coming?
Porra, irmão, na moral, que porra dessas novelinhas que ficam passando, hein? Outro maluco tava querendo convencer que a arma não atirava nele. Que criava um universo paralelo, né? Love and Speak. Tá logo aqui, né? Vambora. Ó, tem uma luminária ali na frente. Espero que não apague. Manda escritinho. Pegou, leu, né? A morte de Rust. O ar do centro de visitantes estava pesado e fedia, como se algo pútrido houvesse saído de seu túmulo. Rust não parava de tossir sangue. Eu não deixava de olhar para o formato torto de sua perna quebrada. O ataque fora violento. Max choramingava em sua jaula. Os olhos arregalados de Rust demonstravam medo e terror. Ele suspirou sem Wake. Tudo aconteceu exatamente como estava escrito na página. Caralho. Então, o que está acontecendo é meio que ele está tendo tipo presságio, né? As coisas que ele escreve. É meio que presságio. Meu Deus. isso, mano? Ó o fio, cuidado com o fio.
Anyone?
Hello?
Please help! Back here.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Caralho, bicho, tá com a perna toda fodida, maluco. Exatamente como tava no manuscrito, né? Só que dessa vez foi mais rápido, né? Pô, aqui o Max, tadinho. Rapaziada, pegamos a chave, a gente tem que agora alimentar a luz aqui do chalé, né? Mas a gente tá com um bom tempo de vídeo, vou encerrar esse vídeo por aqui. Espero que vocês tenham gostado desse episódio. Deixe seu like, deixe seu comentário sobre o que você achou desse episódio. Beleza? O que você tá achando da série. Tô gostando demais, jogo muito intrigante, cara. Muito intrigante, história que prende, realmente. Todo mundo fala bem do Alan Wake, né? Então não poderia ter sido diferente. Eu vou deixar o camarada aqui esperando um pouquinho. E no terceiro episódio nós voltamos exatamente daqui, beleza? Não se esqueça, vire membro, se ajuda demais o canal virando membro, só custa a partir de R$ 1,99. Tem outros planos também, mas a partir de R$ 1,99 você pode virar membro do canal e ajudar demais o pai, beleza? Vai comprar na Amazon, vai comprar na Shopee, link na descrição, não esquece. Valeu, tamo junto, até a próxima e fui.